Hey guys, what's up? Russ here. I already missed a daily video yesterday. I put an explanation up on the community tab. Sorry about that, guys. But today I'm doing my top 5 favorite Sega Genesis games with one honorable mention. Two. Make that 2 honorable mentions because I thought of another awesome game while I was recording. I'm kicking it off with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for the Sega Genesis. I loved this game as a kid. I still remember when I was sitting there playing the Nintendo. I believe I was playing RoboCop. And my older brother walked in with a Sega Genesis and a copy of Sonic 2. And that just blew my mind. I played this game just for endless hours. One of my favorite stages was the Casino Zone. And when they came out with the Sonic & Knuckles like add-on cartridge where you could plug in Sonic 2 or Sonic 3 and play as Knuckles in those games, that just opened up a whole new world. I love playing as Knuckles in Sonic 2, having the ability to glide and climb walls and see new parts of the stages that you couldn't with Sonic. That was just awesome. Next up is Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, probably still my favorite Mortal Kombat game. To this day, I put endless hours into this fighting game and got so good at it that nobody would play me because I couldn't lose, dude. And I absolutely loved that it had like all the characters from MK1 and MK2 plus some new additions for the Ultimate. It's such a great fighting game. I highly recommend playing this. If you never did, go back and check it out. It still holds up today for me. Next up on the list was an incredibly fun platformer, Vector Man. This game was so much fun. You just ran around, you had all these cool power-ups, they had different bonus stages, really cool boss fights, and it did have a sequel, Vector Man 2, which was every bit as good as the first one. Another game I definitely recommend checking out. Next on the list is X-Men 2 Clone Wars. This game blew my mind as a kid. I was a huge fan of the X-Men animated series, and when I discovered this game and being able to play as my favorite X-Men, especially Gambit, that was so cool, dude. And it had Magneto in the game too, which was just incredible. It had fun boss fights, but it was incredibly challenging to actually beat. Last but certainly not least, we have Death of Superman on the Sega Genesis. This was another one that blew my mind, taking the Reign of Superman storyline and transforming it into a game form where you could actually play as the different Reign of Superman characters after the big Superman and Doomsday fight took place. Just so awesome. Definitely a game that I wish I still had in my collection. Matter of fact, I need to look that up and actually see if it's affordable because I might pick one up. For honorable mention number 1, I'm going with Maximum Carnage on the Sega. Maximum Carnage was probably, and still probably is, one of my all-time favorite Spider-Man storylines. So to have the game with Venom, Carnage, and Spider-Man, it was just so cool. I loved playing that, and it was another one that I just put hours upon hours of time in. And the last honorable mention goes to Comic Zone. This game was so cool. It was basically a comic book artist that got sucked into his own work, and you had to go through the stages. It was challenging, it was fun. I died a lot, but it was another game that I just played over and over again. The whole idea of like getting pulled into a comic book and having to go through the stages and fighting the characters that you created was just so cool. Alright, that's it for today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and remember, always keep it 9,000.
What did you say his power level is? It's over 9,000!